Disclaimer. Jeremy, Alvin, Gian, and Nordini didn't give their voice for the video, so I, Toby, have to make new friends. Also lower your expectations.
Hindu people or Hindus are polytheistic, meaning they worship many gods. Though there are over 33 million gods or goddess, each possessing different traits and powers, only a few dozen are worshipped on a scheduled basis. These are the gods Hindus personally pick to worship according to their own needs or wants. Ganapati, the remover of obstacles. Saraswati, the goddess of learning Indra. Agni, the fire god. And Surya, the sun. Another important aspect is that all these smaller gods were created by one big god. This god goes by the name of Brahman, or Brahma for short. Brahma is connected to two other gods who are responsible for the creation, destruction, and maintenance of the universe. The Hindus call these three legendary gods the Trimurti. Brahma being the creator of the world, people, and smaller gods. Vishnu, the maintainer of the universe, protects Brahma's creation. And Shiva, who's responsible for destruction of the world, for balance of the universe.
Main beliefs. Hinduism has many ways of approaching and practicing their religion. There is no set rules, or laws on who, or what to pray towards. Hindus believe that all souls, Atmans, are immortal. And that by death, they are reincarnated/born in another body, process called transmigration. The type of life, and body they receive in the next life, is determined by their actions, karma, in the previous life. So yes, they do believe in a heaven, but they only reach heaven, which the Hindus call Ioga, and only reach heaven after many life cycles, in a process called moksha, which translates to state of enlightenment, where in multiple lifetimes you were good. Sacred scriptures. The books of knowledge, the Vedas, are four main books of knowledge, all written from 1200 BCE to 100 CE, which is roughly about 7,000 years old. So these scriptures were written within a 200-year span altogether by many Iran-Indian poets. Though they call these scriptures books, they're more of a song collection that teaches their beliefs. Chants, which the Hindus call mantras.
Practices. When praying to the many different deities/smaller gods, Hindus use many different methods or worship. Some of which include offerings to the god, such as food/water, fruits, and flowers on shrines. And during prayer, they would repetitively repeat the god/goddess's name. These two methods were a sign of praise and recognition. Leaders/foundations. Around the 14th century, Hinduism evolved as a religion. It was first brought in by the Aryans. The Aryans were a group of Iranians who migrated to northern India. The Aryan migrants named the current religion of the time, Jainism, which has many similar properties/main beliefs, and created their own based on these ideas, which they later named Hinduism. Today Hinduism is the third largest religion with over 750 million followers. Around 15 to 16% of the world.
Moral code. There are 5 moral codes that Hindus follow. Yamas, Niyamas, Karma, Atman, and Dharma. Yamas. Yamas is a set of 5 rules, similar to the 10 Commandments in Christianity. The yamas includes the rules ahimsa, non-violence, satya, truthfulness, astriya, non-stealing, brahmacharya, which talks about your behavior and belief in the afterlife. Niyamas. Niyamas is a set of self-aspects you should have as part of your habits, personality while following your 4 rules or yamas. These self-aspects include self-study, svadhyaya, self-discipline, tapas, contentment, which is the choice to be happy, not matter what, self-surrender, which is devoting your life to a higher purpose, for God, self-purification, shaucha, which talks about taking care of your health, well-being. And finally aparigraha, non-greed, which talks about not holding on to any physical, worldly desires on earth. karma. The idea that your actions will determine your fate in the next life, or to end the cycle of reincarnation altogether. Min. The idea that our bodies are temporary, but our spirits are the essence of who we are. You can have many different bodies, lives, but your spirit will always be you. Dharma. Following your purpose on earth, doing good deeds, and living your life to your fullest is Dharma. In doing Dharma you are completing the process of moksha, which will end the reincarnation process after death, and bring you to heaven, Loka, where your Atman, or soul, will rest with the Supreme God Indra.
Belief in afterlife and burial practices. We mentioned how Hindus believe in reincarnation, and how their quality of life, as well as what they have in the next life, is determined by their actions in the previous life. And how Hindus only go to heaven after a process of moksha, where they live multiple lives of good. But before each life ends, and after death, what occurs? When someone is dying, they are always to have a priest at the point of death. After death, family members would not actually touch the body, or avoid to, because it's seen as impure. However, during the preparation of the body, the family is usually the one to dress the member. Also, the family will try to the funeral as soon as possible, which averages about the next dusk or dawn. Afterwards, most Hindus cremate their loved ones, except for babies, children, and saints. There is a whole ritual for before cremation, where prayers and mantras are said. The priests would chant, encircle the body, as well as start the fires. It's also custom for the family to stay during the whole cremation process.